So it will be 50 points over to his team, which is such a big deal out of the 1v1s. Twitch banned, Caitlyn banned.
Hopefully a Lucian ban right now.
Yes.
Oi.
LeBlanc, please ban Lucian. Or have something crazy in store for us.
As we mentioned earlier, Seiya not prone to have a plan B. As he said in the interview after the Twitch game where he just tried to all-in on level 1. Then luckily worked out for him.
Yeah. Kira just doesn't want to deal with it though. He doesn't want to deal with Kindred either. Thinking hard. Lulu leaves the Lucian
This
open.
guy.
There comes the Urgot. What have you got in store? You have to have something. Because he knows what it's going to be. He knows the matchup.
So surprised Kira locked in Lucian. Never seen him play that champion yet.
Seiya doesn't look too excited. He doesn't look like he doesn't look like a kind of person right now as a person that has a plan.
Yeah.
The face palm.
The ultimate counter to Lucian has to be Braum, right? Because if he throws out the culling,
Yeah. No.
of course you don't have a win condition, you just block the culling.
Yeah.
Let's take it a step further. Which other champion has a wall? Yasuo. Bam.
Not Karma, apparently.
No, Karma. Well, you will be in range for a lot of your abilities. You should be able to get the tether out. The only big deal is the E, where Lucian will just like jump away out of the tether.
We have seen Karma before. We saw Dumbledore play it. One of the mistakes he did, though, was the fact that he didn't opt in to push the wave at level 1 with his mantra Q. So I'm hoping Seiya watched that game and learned from that mistake.
Yeah. That game was actually very intense, and we were literally saying how it literally just went down to whether you mantra the W, whether you mantra the Q. And that final trade, if he landed the 2 more auto attacks, that would have been game.
He also threw the Q out just while exhausted. It ended literally like 0.2 of a second afterwards. So close matchup, of course. Kira immediately changing summoner spells the second we went into game to barrier one more time.
Barrier, exhaust will be the summoners for Kira, and it's definitely in his mindset. Yes, he's picking up these kills, but he's keeping all of his options open, which I like. Like Kira, you see him adapt from different win conditions as the game goes on. Like it's like, oh, I can pick up a kill here. Yeah. Actually, this didn't work out. Now I'm going for farm. Now I'm going for turret. It's so smart.
Because once again, I feel like the Hex Drinker. When the thing that Kira wants to do in this particular match is just reach the Hex Drinker. If he reaches that point, he should be able to see the game. But before that, Karma can push. Karma can pressure.
Exactly right. Of course, what we're looking for from Seiya in this game is probably going to be a level 3 all-in. That is when Karma is ridiculous.
Kira gets so much damage out the Q in return from Seiya. There's the grasp of the Undying.
Cool.
And they will both go back because minions are not spawning for a little while.
I guess Kira just stamping authority on the map at the moment, showing that he does more damage at level 1 than Seiya. He might actually repeat that with the minions.
Yeah, a little unfortunate for Kira because, like, had they bumped heads a little bit later, then they would have been forced to be locked into this lane, so Kira would have had the advantage. So we're back to a level playing field.
There's something that is very interesting with just Karma is the fact how her passive works. If she auto-attacks champions or minions, the cooldown on Mantra goes down. So it's very important for him to just throw it out instantly and try to rotate it as much as possible for maximum efficiency.
Grasp of the Undying from Seiya as well, by the way. So both players running that mastery. So they should be trading back and forth. There you go. Health literally exchange, so they should neutralize each other. Kira clears this one out. And 1v1s are so much about adapting from game to game and adapting in-game. That's really what makes such a good player. And if you're consistent at doing that, that's what brings you to consistency.
Kira's going to get level 2 again. He's going to pressure the lane out one more time. He's going to grow a CS advantage, and he's going to find another win condition for himself. Time and again, all he does is win at level 1 as Lucian. You need to ban this champion away from him, so he has to change strategy.
I feel like once again we see this Karma mistake where he held on to the Mantra Q. He has to fire it before the melee minions died. He did it after the melee minions died, and it allows the Lucian to go past the mini wave and just zone Seiya off the wave.
Honestly, he should have recalled just there, Seiya. To be perfectly honest, he's getting closer to that level 3 spike in items, even if it was just another potion that he bought. Because once you get level 3, you can effectively trade with Kira. You do have an ignite over the barrier, so if you time the trade correctly, you would come out ahead.
Kira takes these minions once again. Seiya's going to find it very difficult to CS into this tower. Manages to get that cannon. Kira literally just getting all of that damage that he can on the tower. The tether lands. And Ease skirting once again outside of the turret range and again gets ahead in these trades.
Kira is on point. With these Lucian dashes and even the Qs, he's hitting everything. Of course, watch the mana pool Another issue that we have seen recurring from Kira.
But he still has his biscuit. So caught in the trade, he's going to get the extra instant boost of HP. And while 20 doesn't seem like a lot, in a 1v1 scenario where we saw people literally run away with less than that, everything counts in these 1v1s. We're also seeing a lot of players take the Feast Mastery out of Ferocity. Once again, Seiya is getting chunked by Kira.
I mean, 20 is not a lot, but it's also 1/5 of the way to a win, and he's well and truly ahead of Seiya. Seiya's struggling. Again, both games that we have watched from him, the second the minions get to the lane, he just seems to lose and fall on the back foot. We'll see if he can turn it around again this time and actually come out ahead.
Yeah, actually something I want to start tracking also in Kira's 5v5 games is when he just starts winning the lanes at level 1.
Yeah.
He's done that consistently in these 1v1s, and that's always given her the advantage, and we've always had to see the opponent play on the back foot. I've never seen Kira be behind and have to catch up.
It's every time. It's simply so hard to last hit these minions under the tower. It also allows the enemy to sustain off his HP when he's hitting the minion wave, and it's also eventually you're going to hit.
So many peaceful minions today. Of course, you don't make him angry, he starts hitting you again.
Goes for the tether, that's Manchud, I believe. Yeah, gets the health back. This is evening up because Karma has so much sustain, but Kira is just straight up winning on the CS. And Seiya,
Not bad.
yeah, it was an okay trade, but he's focusing so much on these trades and completely foregoing the minions.
And it's actually okay. If you're focusing on the trades, now you're starting to get levels on Karma. You do have a lot of sustain if you use that mantra W. The problem then is if you're focusing on sustain and you're still losing in farm, you're losing damage as well because you're using mantra on the sustain.
We're also starting to reach that kind of break point where Kira can just base and buy a full Hex Drinker. And after that point, I cannot imagine a Karma, who is inherently a poke champion. She's not going to be able to one-shot this Lucian throughout this.
There they go. Auto attack trades.
Oh, the timing as well, getting that. Did that just spawn on top of him?
Yeah, to the second. Kira is literally playing this game impeccably.
That was insane. And Kira, with that advantage, has a little bit extra mana now. Seiya has to be extremely careful. If he takes one more Q and a double tap, he could go
Mantra's
very
up.
well. Mantra's up. He has to land a Mantra Q to even this lane up.
He's most likely going to mantra the W one more time, get that extra health back if he's going to all in. But the minion stack that is there right now needs to be respected.
I don't think Seiya's got the mana, really. He just used one on Resolve. And Kira, as you mentioned, Yamato, like, I don't think I've seen a player lose with Hex Drinker yet. Like, the Hex Drinker as an AD into an AP matchup in a 1v1 seems so strong.
It is just so cost efficient. It's like the mindset is the fact that you invest into something that is only good in one scenario.
Oh, tether broken. That was Mantrud as well, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Mantrud. As not good. Seiya completely out of mana. Kira, literally I looked at Yamato, looked back, and Kira has this huge health lead. Interrupts the recall. What can Seiya do?
Well, he has to sit here and take it at the moment. Kira doesn't even need to recall because they're both sitting on a reasonably low amount of health. Of course, that relic might be a complete godsend for Seiya. Kira will get his in response, and this next trade is vital.
Kira doesn't even need to base, he can just keep pushing. There's no threat of the all-in from the Karma.
Yeah, even without Hex Drinker, like, I don't think Kira is in kill range for Karma. The Karma just doesn't have the damage. Also, if he just dances within his minions, he's not going to get hit by the Q. And there you go.
Smart.
Once again, the Q not landing, Kira can respond with damage. He knows the cooldowns of Seiya.
He was aiming for minions on purpose there. He wants to push Kira out so that he can get a recall in himself, because all of this repeated trades with no mana is favoring Kira because the tower's getting low, the minions are starting to stack up, but he's struggling now to push it actually to the turret. I think after this wave, he'll recall.
And just to bounce off your point, it perfectly highlights why you should go for the Doran's Blade in the start, why these AD champions are favored. Because even though all these champions have to be in multiple scenarios of the game, the AD physical basic attack still does something.
Good damage.
Yeah, very good damage. And despite how much we're saying how far Kira is ahead, Seiya's still playing extremely well to hold up to Kira in these games.
So this is where the sustain actually starts to favor the Karma. Of course, Kira does have the freedom to recall at any time he would like. This is the dangerous point that Yamato mentioned.
there's minion wave gone. Goes for the relic, denies that one, goes back to base. Okay, 2,000 gold almost on both players. Actually, slightly more.
I don't know if we've ever seen a recall with this much money.
No, that was, I mean, like, we're almost up to 70 CS for Kira before his first back. That's more than, like, most Summoner's Rift.
Ooh, I do not like the Haunting Guides.
Why?
Very cost inefficient against an obvious Hex Drinker buy.
Yeah.
I was thinking he was just going for the mana region, going for some kind of CDR, maybe Fiendish Codex,
Yeah, I
and
was
just try to play the poke game, because that is the way he will win this.
I don't think he's got time. Like, there's 30 CS remaining. Like, I even think he can play the sustained game against that. Kira throws out the culling. And, Seiya's just identified he has to go for a big trade. Get the poke and then get Kira in kill range, or just hope he can get a range and land the tether.
Yep. Completely right. Kira is going to take damage. From Seiya, the problem is always going to be that Hex Drinker active. And Seiya's damage is still respectable, but of course I agree, I don't think that Haunting Guys is the right idea. We'll see a trade here.
Tether, that's not Mantras. Kira lands the Q. Trading off. Good trade for Seiya. But turns, and gets another Light Slinger as well. That was so good until that last Q from Kira.
Kira is also sitting on a bunch of biscuits. The relic spawns.
Oh, and Seiya gets
a lot of health back.
The tether, there we go. That was 124 every time that W procced there from Seiya. Evening this matchup right back up. Kira does not have a lot of mana left.
Very important for Kira to just push out now, because the relic on the other side is going to spawn very, very soon. If Seiya gets that one, he might be in a better position.
He can't push though, because Seiya's level 9. The wave clear right now is one auto attack with the Q.
Yeah, Q fully maxed out from Seiya. Kira needs that level 9 so he can match it with his own. He's that piercing light. Seiya is literally just standing there. There's the Mantra, there's the W once again, lands the Q, pokes Kira down. The magic resist you can see is helping out for Kira. But I just don't see how Seiya, I still don't see how he kills him. Like, Hex Drinker is just so much, and the barrier.
Well, it's hitting the point where Seiya has no choice. Like, he actually has to kill him soon. 88 minions.
90.
90.
Like, we're getting once again to that point where we're in game 1, where Kira just can go for minions.
It's also important to highlight the reason Seiya has been winning these all-in trades is the fact that Kira has had his ultimate on cooldown. If Kira gets his base off, gets his mana back, Seiya won't be able to run into him like this. Imagine a Cole right here. Bang, bang.
Also, the relic, I would imagine, is starting to get a little bit closer.
There it is.
That is good by Kira. If Seiya took that, there was a chance that he could have killed him. Now it's just 5 minions.
Yeah. Kira can win on minions, or he can win on kills. Lands the Q
Does
once again on Seiya. This is brutal. He's going to go back to the relic. He has to go in. He has to go in now. Now is the last chance for Seiya.
You literally have to go right now.
Go.
One more minion goes in. Kira, he can probably just focus on the minions,
go.
but the exhaust come out, looking for the barrier.
He's hitting the minion.
He just doesn't have the damage. It just goes to him instead. Seiya just goes for the recall. And Kira styles on him. 2-0 in the finals. 50 points over to his squad.
Makes a very, very valid point. Once again, back to that video that we saw of Kira when he wanted to come to this tournament and prove a point. Winning the 1v1 tournament, I don't think there's anything else that proves this point any better.
Exactly right. He's ran the gauntlet and he came out first, not dropping a single game, even in the best of 3. Kira, he's a beast in that middle lane.
For sure. Also a Beast 80 carry, it seems.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. Just put him everywhere.
And hey, it looks like a top lane as well, Snowdown Showdown, so he's just done it all.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Put Kira in any role, he'll win, but that was absolutely outstanding. And as you mentioned, he wants to come in as the best mid laner in the tournament, and has proven that in the 1v1 tournament, played against the mid laner in the final game, and took the victory.
And the fact that Kira, not at any point did we doubt his play. It was always consistent, always came out ahead after level 1s, did the correct choices. I don't even feel like at any point I was questioning what he did. He had a plan, he stuck to it, and it was so composed throughout.
Yeah, we were always saying he should do this, and he was already doing it.